Greeting, friends, and it's the grumpy old man. Man, that volume's up too much. Well, broadcasting live from WDWL TV, Studio B, located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. Oh, God. Here we go. A division of Grumpy Vulture Productions. All right, no dancing. No, go back in your cage. That's it. You had your airtime. Jesus, get in your cage. Don't give me a hard time. Get in that cage. Oh, God, next thing he'll want a 200-piece frickin' orchestra. Oh, jeez. We're back to blue. Because I tried white. You don't want to see me lit up like that. No. Scary. Scary. Still, I'll show you. This connecting bar for the Monster Light, I have discovered this is a bastard size. And what I mean by that is, I believe it's metric. I haven't measured it. But nothing I have that's basically SAE American will fit. It's either too large or too small. And even cranking the thumb lock down, this thing is heavy. And it needs a sturdy support. So I did have something. Mounted the light, had it aimed. I turned around, and when I turned back, it was starting to do this. And luckily I caught it, because it would have crashed into this microphone. And I don't want to ruin this. Matter of fact, I should put it away. Because I have two. I have a blue one, and then I have this Mystic white, which is a limited edition. Yeah, collector's piece, basically. Not that somebody would write, but I mean, 25 years from now, someone will go, wow, look what the grumpy old man had. He had a Mystic white. Cosmic white. Cosmic white, Mystic white. Cosmic or Mystic? No, this is Mystic. Because the microphone is Mystic white, and my cell phone is Cosmic green. Back in the day, we called this, matte pearl, and we called my cell phone metallic green. As a matter of fact, it's, when I looked, it's actually a Ford color, grabber green. Ford had two colors. They had grabber blue and grabber green back in the day. And after a while, the patent expires, and then it's open to anybody. You know, it's paint color, but every manufacturer has their own paint colors, and they patent them. Because if you look, and I spotted this yesterday in a parking lot. There was a Honda and a Kia and a Hyundai. And they were all shades of like a smoke gray. And when it just so happened, these three vehicles were parked side by side. And each color is just a hint different than the next. Because if a manufacturer spots big sales of a certain color vehicle, they will have their, like PPG is one of the suppliers, they will have the people that do the paint formulas come as close to that color without, and and 9 times out of 10, PPG is making paint across the board. Ford, Chevy, Chrysler. So they know what the formula is. And back years ago, it had to be back in the 80s, I had a friend that worked for PPG. And she was in the department where they basically invented these paint colors. And one day she brought home, they had these metal panels that were about yai by yai. And they would spray them, and they called them hits. We're going to do a hit. And she told me, literally, in some of these paints, an eyedropper full of a certain color would change it just enough to where the new color was close, but not exact. And then they would write the formula down, so many grams of this and So in case manufacturer A would challenge manufacturer B, they would say, well, here's the formula, here's yours, here's ours. And sometimes, like I say, it was like an eyedropper that changed the difference in the color. But, auto manufacturers can really be fussy. Back, I think it was in the 80s when Toyota came out with the T100. It was a little larger size than a Ford Ranger at the time. And they weren't calling it the Tacoma at that time, but it was just a little bit larger. Okay? They wanted to come out with a little beefier model. Like you've got the F-150 and the F-250 and F-350. Well, they wanted to beef up the T100. And they wanted to call it the T150. And Ford took them to court and said, that is too close to our F-150. This is how picky they get. That's why Ford has the F-150 and General Motors has the 1500. The only thing that I can't understand is Ram also has a 1500. Now, I don't know if GM just said, screw it. But when Toyota wanted to make a T150, no. Ford says no. So, like I say, I don't know if maybe at that time it was Chrysler Corporation. If Chrysler happened to tell Ford, we'll pay you a certain amount every year to use the 1500 and the 2500 because they couldn't use just the 150 because Ford had that trademark for years. Auto industry is screwy. It's really screwy. You know, I don't know what the agreement between Chrysler Corporation and General Motors, you know, there's a possibility that since General Motors had the 1500, they could have forced Chrysler to call theirs the 15,000, you know. Car names are fought over. And it was interesting because about a year, I think it was 2 years, 2 years before Ford came out with its little Maverick pickup truck, they repatented the name Maverick. Now, whether somebody wanted to use it, but they locked it in because at that time they knew they were going to call the mini pickup a Maverick, which back in the day, the Maverick was a small car. Matter of fact, Ford had advertised that the Maverick was so easy to fix. You could work on it with a hammer, a screwdriver, and a socket set. And I'll tell you what, Mavericks were getting stolen left and right. Fenders were getting unbolted. Hoods were stolen. Yeah, it was easy to work on. The car thieves proved that. But yeah, car names and designations, auto manufacturers fight over names. What was really interesting, I had heard a car industry writer several years ago talking about how auto manufacturers protect names. Well, back in the 50s, there was a car that Chrysler made called the DeSoto. You know, you had Chrysler, you had Dodge, Plymouth, you had DeSoto. My uncle, that's all he ever owned was DeSotos. until they stopped making them in the late 50s. Up until like 5 years ago, Chrysler still held the patent for DeSoto, as if maybe they're going to bring out a car line DeSoto again. It's amazing. I remember one of the foreign car manufacturers wanted to call one of their new, I don't know if it was an SUV or not, the Clipper. Well, back in the day, we had Packard Corporation. Matter of fact, my uncle owned a Packard. Yeah, it was funny. One uncle was loyal to DeSoto, another one was loyal to Packard's. And one of the models he owned was a Clipper, Packard Clipper. Even though Packard is no longer in business, that Clipper name is still protected. Just some worthless trivia. Only trivia that us seniors would be interested in. I know everybody's going like, oh God, what the hell's he talking about? But very interesting. An answer to a question. I had somebody that, why do you wear those stupid round glasses? You look like an idiot. I look like an idiot with this too, but these glasses are as close to the glasses I could get that George Burns used to wear. I was a big George Burns fan. I loved him. I wish he would have made it to 100. But he had round tortoiseshell glasses. The interesting thing is, I have two different sizes, neither of which are the size of what George Burns' glasses were. I have tried to find out who manufactured the frames, and no luck. But yeah, that's why I wear these every now and then, because I like George Burns. No hidden agenda behind it. Nothing tucked away in the closet. Speaking of being tucked away behind the scenes, I had a very interesting thing happen today. I was watching this one content creator that I don't watch on a regular basis, but every now and then to kill time, I watch this content creator. And I went in the chat and made a comment. Holy shit, you would think I threw a grenade into his studio. He lambasted me for being a traitor to his site and going behind his back in Discord. Okay? Discord. I I've never researched what Discord is. It must be something like a Facebook or chat site. I don't have a Discord account. I don't need all this other extra shit. I know that groups can get together and chat in Discord, or they can exchange information between different. It seems like every big content streamer is on Discord. I don't know what it is. I don't have an account. I'm not interested in having a Discord account. But I got a good laugh when he said, "Yep, you're going behind my back in Discord." Okay. If I'm going behind your back in Discord, as you always say, now I know he's probably not watching my stream, but as you always say, bring receipts, buddy. Bring receipts that I was in Discord denouncing you, okay? Bring receipts. You got my email. We've exchanged emails back and forth. Put the receipts in my email. Because I don't have a Discord account. I wouldn't know how to start a Discord account. And I've never been in anyone else's Discord. When I get off here, I'm off. I'm not, I don't get invited to everybody's panels. I'm not that big of a person. But if perchance you're watching this stream, put the receipts in my email that I'm a traitor. Okay? Just remember, you were the one that invited me to come on your stream. And then I never heard a fucking thing again. Okay? I know, I can guarantee you he's not watching. But if he is, send me proof. As you always say, bring receipts, pal. Bring receipts. And enough of that, because I'm not, a drama whore. I don't need drama. I don't want drama. I'm just a little itty bitty with 31 or 32 subscribers. I'm not monetized. I'll never. I'm just a little itty bitty old man that gets on YouTube to have the chance to do what I couldn't do back in the 70s when I lost $1,000 in broadcast school. I've told this story before. I do this for my personal fun. I'm not out here to be some big... You push the button right up top here. Right up top, right there. that button, and I could add TikTok and whatever. There's a whole group. There's like 10 different platforms I could click on and broadcast across the whole shitload of platforms. I don't want all that. Yeah, I know, like TikTok, you have a good chance if you got something interesting or going viral. I'm not that interesting. But yeah, there's a whole list of them up there. Add channels. If I wanted to be big, I could add a bunch of channels. That still wouldn't make me big. It would just make me a pain in the ass on more platforms. Well, that's enough of that. Do I look worried? Do I look upset that you thought you were, a big man and lambasted me across your 40 or 50,000 subscribers? Your subscribers don't even know me. I'm too boring. I don't stir up a bunch of shit. I'm not worth their time. That's the way I feel. I'm not. If you were trying to embarrass me, it didn't work. I've had better people than you try to embarrass me. I don't embarrass easy. But you spouted off whatever you wanted to spout, made yourself feel like a big man. Oh, I told that grumpy old man, that son of a bitch, I told him off in front of the world. You know what I did? I clicked off your chat so I wouldn't see all the bullshit. Because a couple of your sock accounts said a few nasty things. And you know what? I'm a bigger person than they are. I could have responded. Wasn't worth my time. But to be accused of being on Discord, I don't know what the fuck Discord is. I'll look it up after my stream. Never been on it. Don't want to be on it. Could care less. But you were the big man today. You told off the grumpy old man in front of all of your subscribers. And I bet when your stream is done, you'll sit back yeah, you showed me. Yeah. You showed the grumpy old man. Yeah. There you go. I know you really were feeling big. Yeah, I told that son of a bitch off in front of the world. 99.9999999% of your subscribers don't even know who the fuck I am. And if they look me up, they're going to go, guy's got 30 some subscribers. Yeah, Jesus. But if it made your day, that's okay. Didn't do shit to me. It's one less channel that I'm subscribed to now. Because after I clicked off the chat, I clicked on subscribe. I don't need to watch it. I got other things that are more interesting to watch. I know I said I was done. I'm done now. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Everybody's sitting there going, how many times is he going to say I'm done? I'm done. I rearranged signs today. I moved that one up so it could be seen. And I know there's probably people going, oh my God, look at the offensive sign. Wait until you see the ones I got coming. They had a big sale today on Temu.com. Temu.com. I got a shitload of signs for under $1. Big clearance sale. Most of them were like 67, 68 cents on aluminum. These aren't cardboard, they're aluminum. They were clearing them out. So, anybody that's, wouldn't want to decorate a man cave or a woman cave, go on. Temu.com. As a matter of fact, what really ticked me off, this plate, right there, that one. See that one? I paid $10 for that plate. It was on Temu today. $1.97. Yeah. The same plate. $1.97. Within a couple hours. Several of the signs that I paid $2.97, and I didn't pay, but they were priced $2.97, $3.25, were under $1. So I clicked on the new sign and then deleted the expensive sign. So when they run these sales, go in the morning, put a bunch of stuff in your cart, then come back a couple hours later and check. And you will discover price drops like I did today. Now, there was no need for me to go in again because it said final price. So it wasn't going to be cheaper. But yeah, I got probably 5 signs under 75 cents that were priced originally. A couple of them were priced like $8, $9. So every now and then they do this. They run a clearance to get rid of shit. And I went in and I got some deals. Believe me. Wait till you see them. Some of them are hilarious. But the money I saved, of course, everybody's like, oh my God, how many signs do you need? Well, like I told everybody, I'm redoing Studio A. So I need new decorations. Who wants to see the same stuff over and over and over? Not me. I like to change it around. I've got some signs down behind me that I took down and I put up new ones. Like, looking in the camera, it drives me crazy. Like that. That's a new one. That's a new one. That's a new one. The one underneath it that says protected by Fat Cat. That's a new one. And their shipping is unbelievable. I went in just before I came on air. And it already said, order packed, ready for shipping. And tomorrow morning, it'll go out. And I will probably have my signs by Saturday. And they have all kinds of stuff. And it's not, well, some of it is knockoff crap. But out of all the stuff that I've ever bought, I've only had like 2 items that I wasn't happy with. But you know, those 2 items I paid under $2 for. So I didn't sit here and cry and went, oh, I lost a bunch of money. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll show you something. See that? Bottle opener with a magnet. $1.27. And it's sturdy. It isn't, you know. And the neat thing is, I don't know if you can see. See the bubble? It looks like it's got beer in it. I won't use it. I just bought it because I like Heineken beer. And I thought, it's cool. A bottle opener. Somewhere I've got another one. It's just a Heineken beer magnet. Where did I put it? I could have swore I had it clipped on somewhere. I don't know where I put it. I know it's got the magnet on it, so it can't go far. Where did I move it to? I moved it to make room over here so that I could see the new one. Let me look here. Heineken bottle, where are you? Heineken bottle, where are you? Where are you hiding? I know you're somewhere. I know you're somewhere. I don't know. It's somewhere. No big deal. It looks just like this without the bottle opener. It's a little Heineken bottle. I bought it years ago because I like Heineken beer. When I drank Heineken beer. By the case. Oh my God. I wish I had the money that I spent back in the day on cases of Heineken beer. And I had converted an old refrigerator into a beer cooler and used to buy what they call the pony keg of Heineken. Yeah. Come home from work, crack the tap, and Heineken has what they call a mini keg. It looks like a giant Heineken beer can. And it holds like, I think it holds 2 cases. I'll have to check. But I'll get one day. My doctor would shoot me if he even heard me talking this way. But it's cool. It looks like a giant Heineken beer can. And it's called a mini keg. And it fits right in. I've got one of those little, they call them dorm refrigerators. Well, if I take the shelves out, which very rarely I need, but I can just put that mini keg right in the little fridge. And if I want a beer, it's got a little push button on the top. It's got a little spigot. Yeah. But oh my God, the money I spent on. Of course, back in the day, there were a group of neighbors. There were 5 of us. And we were all buddies. And of course, at night, which really pissed off the wives, after dinner, we would all rotate porches and decks, and we would imbibe. You know, a way of kind of easing the day down. You know, after work, you decompressed. And everybody bring your cooler. Whosever porch or back deck we were meeting on, and we all sat, and it was a big bullshit session with beer. You know, the joke that we used to make, and the wives, they weren't buying it. But we used to tell them, beer has very few vitamins, so we need to drink a lot of it. It didn't go over so well with the women, but we had fun. I'll tell you what, back in the 70s and 80s, oh my God, this neighborhood was fun. I used to live just down the street. And of course, people move away, they pass away. It was sad. My one favorite neighbor across the street, he had terminal cancer, and it was. He died with a beer in his hand. He was sitting on his back deck and took his last drink and then his last breath. But he had his beer in his hand. He used to drink, it was funny, Goebel. I don't even know if they make it anymore. Goebel beer. He used to call it Jobel. Give it that French, even though Goebel was like one of the cheapest beers out there. But yeah, Jobel. I'm going to have my Jobel. One neighbor, Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's all he drank. Pabst Blue Ribbon. PBR. And one drank Stroh's. I haven't seen it, although I don't really look in the beer section. He said when he was 16, it was the first beer he ever drank because his uncle drank it, Stroh's. I didn't like it. Although, he didn't like Heineken. He said, oh man, this is a bitter beer, To each his own. But, oh, we had fun. Oh, it was a fun neighborhood. We were a crazy bunch. I miss everybody. I really do. Matter of fact, out of the 5 of us, there's only 2 of us left. And I haven't seen John in ages. He lives out east somewhere now. But we were a crazy bunch. I'll never forget one 4th of July. Everybody was shooting off fireworks. And Greg came over with his M1. Now, anybody familiar with a certain item knows what an M1 is. And he loaded it with tracers. And when it got really dark, he set off his own fireworks. It was fun. Matter of fact, he had enough tracers where he passed his M1 around and everybody took their hand at shooting off fireworks. We were crazy. To say the least. That's one thing I can say. Back in the 70s, 80s, into the early 90s, it was a fun time. In the summer, every weekend, everybody was barbecuing. We had some Had some good barbecue back in the day. Yeah, fun times. Fun times. Now I'm the only one left that's still in this neighborhood. I grew up in this neighborhood. Up the street was the house basically that I came home to after I was born. My parents rented that house for 2 years. And then my grandfather bought the house that I grew up in. And my father made like a mortgage payment to him every month because there was no interest until the house was paid. And then when I got married, I bought the house around the corner. As a matter of fact, my backyard would butt up to my father's driveway. And I lived in this neighborhood all but 4 of my 72 years. So I have seen this neighborhood basically from as far back as I can remember. What it was like. Oh, back in the 50s, growing up, these houses were manicured. And every neighbor tried to see how they could outdo another neighbor with landscaping. And lawns were always perfect. Matter of fact, every Sunday, that's all you heard was lawnmowers. Because everybody was out cutting their lawn and edging and trimming. And, oh, yeah. The neighborhood was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous back in the day. Now, people aren't that much into flowers. Matter of fact, the one house down the street that had beautiful landscaping and the people that lived there went out of their way to order like exotic bulbs. I'll never forget, she had they were called pineapple plants. And it was neat because the flowers would come out from the bottom. They were yellow. And then the leaves came out from the top and it looked like a pineapple. And I remember back, I think she said she paid like $9 a bulb. And that was back in the early 60s. Of course, they both had good jobs, but $9 for a little bulb. But when they bloomed every spring, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Not so much now. Matter of fact, it was sad because the woman that bought the house from them in the spring had a landscaping company come in and rip it all out. She wanted grass from the sidewalk to the house, driveway to driveway. Grass. No plants, no shrubs, nothing. You know how bare the front of a house is with no shrubs or plants? It looks like somebody just dropped a house on a lot. But she wanted low maintenance. I missed out. But I heard that the neighbors were going through her garbage, getting all the bulbs. Of course, they didn't know what they were planting until the next spring, but yeah. Those were the days. Those were the days. Where are we at? Wow, we're almost at an hour. I seem to be doing these hour stretches lately. Interesting. And just me rambling on. An old man talking about the past. But it's good memories. Like I say, it's nice to sit back and remember the fun that we had. You know, we all kind of, as they say, went for the gusto. Now, here's my gusto right here. This is my gusto. But to me, it's fun gusto. I'm gonna go at an hour. What am I? 57:41. All right. Minute and a half. I'll be gone. From YouTube. Don't panic. I can see some people going, "Oh my God, call 911." No, I'll just be gone from YouTube. Matter of fact, let me get where's my clicker? Get my clicker. So that when we hit an hour, I can click. As a matter of fact, I think when I click, come on, buddy, I'll give him some camera time. I'll give him some camera time. Yeah, some camera time. Get over there. That's it. Give him the stink eye. 2 stink eyes. Give him the stink eye. We're going to click at an hour. Almost. We're getting there. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. You ready? Oh, that's it. Yeah, block me out of the screen. Thank you very much. But he don't get much camera time. I'll put up with him. Less than a minute. Less than a minute. You enjoying it? You enjoying it? Yeah, you're enjoying it, aren't you? Yeah. You don't get much camera time. I know. Everybody's getting bored going, I'm tired of looking at that vulture already. But I'll give you some camera time. I'll be nice. You're not very nice to me, though. You know, you could let me in the frame. But you're not going to do it, are you? All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Tell everybody goodbye. Give them the stink eye. We're getting there. About 5 more seconds. Get your camera time.